One of the things with overcoming anxiety is you really need to watch your thoughts. And what I mean by watch, first observe, but really become conscious about what you're thinking about. Watching to start with is really important, because if we're dwelling on some issue with somebody, if we're thinking about it, we go into these negative spaces and we're always complaining in our head or focusing on the negative and worrying in our mind, thinking about some negative scenario over and over. Or we have some unresolved issue in our relationship, or a relationship with a friend or somebody else, a colleague, our boss. That's going to be replaying in our mind over and over and over, and that's going to affect our nervous system. Within our autonomic nervous system, we have the two subsystems. We have basically fight or flight, or everything's fine, homeostasis. So the sympathetic is fight or flight, and the parasympathetic is homeostasis, which is growth, regeneration, creativity, everything's okay. Our body's immune system replenishes the huge output of fight or flight. Fight or flight takes a lot of energy. When we're in constant worry in our head, see, our subconscious mind has no idea that that's not real. If we feel it, if we're in our mind and we're thinking about something really negative, something we don't like, and we're dwelling on it over and over, it tenses our body. We can feel it. It's stressful. It's causing anxiety. And so when this is happening, it's telling our subconscious mind, through the experience of our mind, sort of in a sense, thinking about it, dwelling on it. It's like we're imagining it, and the subconscious mind does not know the difference between a perceived experience and a real experience. If we're caught on our thoughts and we're focusing on negativity, worry, doubt, fear, if we're catastrophizing in our head, if we're going over and over something, ruminating, it's triggering the sympathetic nervous system. It's triggering fight or flight. It's triggering the worry stress state. And it's sending all these chemicals into our body to deal with a threat, to deal with something that is potentially harmful to us. And so that takes a lot of energy. So our body is constantly on red alert. We're hypervigilant. We're really oversensitive to things. We're going to have trouble just going out and maybe being around people or functioning. Our mind is so distracted because we're so much worrying, looking around for a problem. We're worrying in our head. We really need to watch this, and then to start consciously focusing on what we want instead of what we don't want. When we're focusing on the negativity, we're actually getting negativity. Even if it's not happening in our life, we can focus on negative experiences, and if we're feeling it in our body, we slowly convince our mind that this is really happening. And then our mind sends the signals to our body, and our body is basically expressing the physical byproduct of that experience that we're really just imagining as though it's real. Okay, then this creates anxiety. It creates a lot of stress and tension in our body, and we feel ungrounded because we're living in our head. That's not really happening. But if you really have something going on in a relationship in your life, that's happening. But we're going over and over and over it in our head. We can't stop thinking about it. That's not really happening. That's just we're going over and over it in an imagined experience and perpetuating it, making it worse and worse. So we need to really clean that up. We need to resolve the relationships. That's really important, to really spend the time, maybe start speaking our truth, getting clear on what our needs are, setting boundaries, figuring out what are the relationships that are healthy for me. What are the ones I need to start letting go of? Am I in an unhealthy relationship? Am I doing a job that I'm really unhealthy in? Some of these things take time to make the changes, but if you really want to get rid of the anxiety and the patterns of stress that keep undermining your health over and over for years, maybe even, we need to start looking at what's important in life and start focusing on our health. And today it's really about thoughts in our mind. Focusing on that, noticing, okay, watching, do I have these negative patterns? How can I start focusing on what I want instead? Take what you don't want, take the negativity in your head and go, okay, do I want this? No, it doesn't feel good. So we need to then start looking at, okay, what do I want instead? The thing I'm thinking about, what's a solution? I want to feel better in my relationship. I want to feel better about my circumstance in life. So start dreaming about that. Start imagining that. Start thinking about solutions and rise above the problem into solutions, into a better line of thinking. Because when you're just automatically letting your thoughts do what they do, they're just going to follow the patterns of negativity that are already built. So we need to unbuild those patterns of negativity and fill that space instead with positivity, with intentions of making positive change that makes us feel good, doing things that empower us, setting boundaries, doing things that move our body in ways that feel good, maybe making changes with what we eat to eat things that make us feel better. But changing those thought patterns, noticing and focusing on what we want instead, focusing on the solutions. Okay, give this a try and really look. And are you really focusing on negativity? And look how it affects your body. Sit and imagine a bad experience, an argument with somebody. Feel it in your mind and your imagination with every part of your being. And go in your body. How does it feel? Does it feel good? Chances are it really doesn't feel good. Now spend a bit of time breathing, meditate, get calm for a little while. Now imagine a wonderful experience, maybe a memory, something you did or somebody you just really love spending time with. Just imagine and feel on every level of your being this wonderful experience. Spend some time doing that and look at how your body feels. Like waking up from a wonderful dream as compared to a nightmare. Our body, we're sending the signals to our body relative to what we're thinking in our mind. So when you change your thought patterns, you start focusing on the positivity and stop talking and having conversations with everybody about everything that's going wrong and start focusing on what you're excited about instead. It changes the energy and it changes how you feel, and it'll help get you out of anxiety. This is part of the process and it could make a very big difference. So give this a try, and the next video, I'm not sure exactly what the topic is yet. I haven't decided yet, but it's going to be another component of how to move through anxiety and to build self-confidence and to feel calm and grounded and just feel really good about yourself and feel safe and good about life. So give this a try, watch your thoughts, make some changes there, do a little bit of inner work, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. My name is Arnie Peterson from Awareness and Health. Have a wonderful rest of your day.